Hello, guys, and welcome to another video. And this time I'm back with the series from 2000 to 2400. And here I'm joined by my very special guest. I am Nikhil Dikshit. I'm welcoming Nikhil on the stage. Hello. Hi, Nikhil.
Hi,
Can you hear
Shivam bhai.
me?
Finally, we are doing a stream together. Yeah? We were planning since last few months, but due to
Yes.
some commitments of tournaments and everything, we were not able to do it properly.
Yes. Nikhil is
But
also, by the way, guys, very strong player. He has been playing Rapid across India. He's winning a lot of Rapid tournaments. And also recently we both became IM.
yeah,
So
that's very special moment for us.
yes, that's one of the very special moment for us. And the same thing I wanted to share our journey, what we did from rating 2000 to 2400. Especially, I remember we both were kind of stuck in this rating range for a very long time, right, Nikhil?
Yeah, I remember we struggled for at least 5 to 7 years, right? So
Yes.
just like we reached around 20 to 50, 2300 mark in 2018, 2019, and then it took around 6 years thanks to COVID.
Thanks.
It took away around 2 years of our uh, potential chess career, but I mean,
Yeah, we
it's
did a lot
all
of
about,
fun stuff in COVID. We also launched our website in COVID Chase
yeah.
Daily, if you remember.
So
But
Chess Daily was one of our projects where we basically listed all chess online chess tournaments, and we were planning to launch some courses and stuff. But then we decided to again focus on chess after
yeah,
COVID. So
focus on chess, start the grind towards the IM, right?
yeah,
And because of it, it personally helped me as well a lot to create my own website. And also, you have your own very beautifully designed website where you have listed all the important promo codes, right?
yeah, yeah. So
Okay, so let's start. So how do you feel? Like, just wanted to ask, like, once you got the IM title, how was your feeling? How did you? What was your reaction like?
So it was very special moment when I won that game. I literally started crying in my mind, and
Okay.
it was very special moment because maybe like for some players, IM title is not very big, and for some players it's like very big. Yeah? So, but the point is for me and maybe for Suyog also, we have been trying to get IM title since last 6 7 years, and I achieved my first IM norm back in 2019 when my rating was also 2350. So it was like just 50 points away and two more norms. Yeah, and I completed three norms in 2019 with peak rating of 2370. So I was shy of 30 points, just 30
Oh,
points. But yeah, it took 6 years. So when I won that game and when I crossed 2400 mark, so yeah, I literally felt very special. So,
yeah, even for me it was same, like what you felt too, because mine as well, the peak rating was 2392, and I remember I just needed one game to win and I
yeah,
get the title and the norm. But
I
I
think it
lost that
was
game, and
Asian,
from
Asian.
2390 I dropped all the way to 22 40 60 something like that. And from that you need to, and had to fight back, push through the pain because it's huge, if you know what I mean. And yes, so to begin with, when did you cross 2000? We will start from here and then we will move towards the upward trend.
So I got my initial rating of 1800, like 1787, back in 2010 or something, 10 or 11, I forgot. But then I was stuck again for 6 7 years, and I remember in 2016 IFL tournament, which was held in Mumbai, 16 December. I crossed 2100 marks. So basically, I was not in phase of 2000 to 2100. So my initial was 1919, and then
Mhm.
I got 130 points in IFL and around 50
Immediately.
points in Sangli tournament. So I from 1919 I reached 2101. So
2-1. Okay, so you directly jumped 2100. Yeah, I remember you like almost winning against Param Muksudlo, right? In that tournament. It was that
which
event, right? Where you played King's Indian Defense, Knight G4, Knight E5.
that
Some
was Diptan against Diptan Ghosh.
Yeah, Diptan. Sorry.
Super
Yeah.
Diptan Ghosh. It
Also,
was
one
very.
another thing I have noticed is like you have been playing King's Indian for almost, I don't know, when you started playing chess till becoming an IM. So how much did the opening part uh, you work on till you become IM? Because this is one of the questions which many students ask, many players ask, like which opening should they play, what are the approach they should take towards the opening. So what was your approach till getting till IM?
So, because I didn't get any professional training or something, my approach towards opening was very bad. Like I used to prepare or I used to focus less than 5% on my openings, which is maybe not the right case, or maybe I will not suggest to focus that little bit. But I really focused and trained hard on middle game. Like I saw a lot of books and everything. But for openings, what worked for me is just keeping one line. Like as you said, King's Indian. I'm playing
Mhm.
King's Indian since last how many years? Maybe 10, 12, 13 years.
Yeah, I mean
And
forever. Yeah.
more than 13, 14 years. So yeah, I started with D4, D5, but then immediately after 2, 3 years, I shifted to King's Indian. And since then, I'm playing King's Indian. So that worked very well. Also, I feel like if you're not preparing very main lines, or if you're not very fond to prepare openings, or if you don't like to prepare openings, then the best approach is you can pick some sidelines, maybe one or maybe two or three sidelines in each major variation. So for example, against Sicilian, instead of going into mainline, you can choose Alapin or something like Moscow Rosolimo, which you can prepare within 2 3 days probably, with some good course, and you can revise within half an hour, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one thing I will recommend. If you're not, if you don't want to prepare openings in depth, but my suggestion is maybe you should focus openings max 15 or 20%, not more than 20%. So that's my suggestion. 80% of your focus should be on middle game and end game.
Yes,
So
like even for me, like it's completely opposite of you, honestly, because most of my work was in the opening. I used to play a lot of lines, and I completely agree with you because till you hit, get till 2400, still the most of the work should be done on middle game, end game, this skills, yeah. Even if you
yeah.
get advantage, the conversion part. So even for me, the opening was same as you. I used to play Catalan, Nimzo here and there, and with black it was Sicilian. And for you, you used to play French, right?
Yeah, I used to play French, but then I shifted to Perk back in
Okay, all
2016,
the
17.
dubious opening, yeah. As per
Almost, basically, I choose a worse opening which anyone can play against E4, probably. Yeah. And then all of you guys, like all of my friends, I remember a lot of friends, even like you told me at least 10 times to change Perk. Yeah. Like why you are
yeah,
playing Perk, Perk is not going to reach you to I'm dead. Although I won some important games in Perk, and also I made my I'm norms only by playing Perk, but I don't think that's the right way to uh, choose the opening. But anyways, then I shifted to Sicilian Sveshnikov
Sicilian
Kalashnikov back
Rosolimo,
in
right? I remember in
2023.
Baku, you have such a good result
Yeah,
once
yeah.
to start.
And then I realized why people play main lines and not the Perk and maybe Scandi or something, right?
What's what's
These
what's the main reason why one should, let's say, choose the classical opening? Let's say E4 E5, E4 C5, instead of playing bit dubious opening like Stonewall or Perk, because this is one of the things, right?
So the problem with Perk or maybe Scandinavian or some dubious line, maybe E4 knight f6, Alekhine. The problem with those lines is if your opponent is well prepared, once you reach maybe 23, 2400, you are going to face 2200 as a lower rated, and you can't afford to make a draw, right? Because with K20 you lose 5 6 points, with 2150 2200, and if you won then you only get 2 or 3 points. So from black side it's necessary to at least win few games against those players. Maybe few draws are fine, but you need to win, right? And the thing is, those 2150, 2200 are very strong. They will not make any clear mistake, not positional, not tactical. So they can hold the position very well. And if some 2200 player
Hmm.
tried to make a draw
With
like
white.
let's say
Hmm.
Perk or Alekhine or Scandi, then it's very easy for them to prepare. Like they can just
Because it's very
prepare.
forced
Yeah, it's very forced, and most of the lines, most of the outcome is white gets much better position. So they
outcome.
always have multiple options to make a draw. That's one thing. And in general, the resources which we get from these dubious lines are very less, especially from black side compared to the main lines. We get some attacking chances, and we get really like we can deviate multiple times, right? So let's say when I was playing Perk, I still play Perk, but when I was playing only Perk, then the problem was I need to find very forcing moves at maybe move number 7, move number 8. I didn't had any choice to make some random decision. I need to play only one move. But let's say in Sicilian, in Kalashnikov, Sveshnikov, any mainline, Nadorf, you can say, uh, you always get 2 or 3 options which you can play, and those are playable. So
Yeah. Also, another thing I have observed is your middle game. I think that's your strongest point, and I have huge respect for your middle game and practical skills. Because
yes.
the openings I always see, you play the same stuff. Your opponent come prepares against you. They get somehow the advantage, but you somehow tend to create this issue with them, like practical
Yeah.
problem. So my question was, how did you improve your this middle game practical aspect? Did anything specific, or did you read any books? What was the process like?
Okay, I remember back in 2016, 2015, I did this nice book, Anthology of Chess Combination.
Anthology
Uh,
of chess
it
combination. Okay.
consists around 2,700 puzzles, and out of 2,700, I did 2,000, at least 2,000, 2,100 over the
Oh,
board, like
okay.
setting up a position and
Okay, that's
solving.
very important.
Uh,
Over the board. Okay.
Yeah, so most of the books, most of the middle game book I did over the board, and then Yusupo series helped me a lot, especially part two, because part one is quite easy. So
Mhm.
I got to know about Yusupo series when I was 1900 2000 around at that
Okay.
strength. So I skipped part one. So part two helped me a lot. Uh, then once I reached 2200, 20, yeah, 2150, 2200, someone suggested me to do perfect your chess. And that helped me. Again, all of these books I did over the board. So I used to set up a position, think for 15, 20 minutes, and
Mhm.
then check the answer. Also, Calculation by Agard is legendary book, and that
Yeah.
helped me recently. Like maybe in last 2 years, I started doing that, 2 or 2.5 years. I still haven't finished that book fully, but I did most of it. But I think I I got like I can say I can do attack much better. So that helped me a lot, and that's a specific skill I believe, and that I got that skill just because I solved many tactics, yeah, like tactical puzzles or maybe calculation, long
Mhm.
calculation, but those are also attacking calculation, not like strategy or planning calculation. So I spent a lot of time
On this.
since I started chess on
Yeah.
positions, solving positions.
Yeah, also I remember the calculation Agard book. You came with that in one of the flights which we were taking to Abu Dhabi. And do you remember, like back in 2018, 2019, we were
Yeah, yeah.
traveling
So
and you got the book and we were solving it. You love that book, yeah? That must have a huge
I really
impact.
like this calculation book. So it's one of my favorite, and I really like the way Agard and even Arthur Yusupo in his Yusupo series. the way they picked up the puzzles, like it's difficult. So it's extremely
Yes.
difficult to create chapters and put specific puzzles based on those chapters. So yeah.
Yeah. Personally, for me, while I was working on this range, my coach recommended this book, Recognizing Your Opponent Resources. So for
It's
me,
very broad school.
yes, for me, that personally helped me a lot to get till 20 to 100 rating. So for me, that's the only book, one thing which I did very seriously, when I was in this range 2000 to improve your prophylactic thinking, prophylaxis skills. Because my opening weren't that much of a issue. I used to play very solid lines, so that wasn't issue. But the middle game part, that was one thing which I had to train a lot. And for that, I used to look at a lot of games,
Yeah.
because I think that's very critical in one opening. And also this book, Recognizing, which personally helped me a lot.
I think recognizing help you in understanding the positions and maybe in strategic planning or something like that, right? Uh,
Yes, yes. I mean, basically, it helps you with your thinking in general. There is this third chapter, prophylactic thinking.
that's
So,
super difficult for me, like I tried to solve some positions. I think you also recommended that book, like you said you should solve that. One of our friends also said me you should do recognizing, but I tried, I think, around 15-20 puzzles, but
okay.
I failed because maybe my style is not very suitable for that particular chapter.
Yes, I mean, our style is very opposite. You're like very dynamic, creative player. And for me, I'm a bit of a positional. And I'm trying to improve my, honestly, like dynamics as well. So, just a very personal question, what would you suggest me, like for me to improve my dynamic skills, my practical skills?
Okay. That's unexpected for now, but I will try to let me think
Yeah.
for 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think my mentor Vishnu, he suggested at our rating like
Mhm.
23, 2400, we should really focus on seeing some games. So if you want to improve your dynamic chess, then as he said, and I also feel that you should really focus on seeing some very aggressive dynamic games and try to guess the moves, and improve your overall dynamic understanding, because now we are at level that we'll not easily miss tactics, right? We still miss at
Yes.
some maybe rapid or blitz games, but in classical most likely will not miss easy tactics or maybe easy calculation. So I feel like, yeah, watching more games can help
More
probably.
games, dynamic games, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is this book by Girlfriend as well, Dynamic Decision Making. And I remember you have
Yeah,
purchased it. So how was
I
it?
have
How
the
was it?
series. So I bought all these four books: dynamic, decision, technical, positional, and one more. I think minor piece or major piece. Minor piece, I think.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, dynamic book is very nice, but I feel like that book is bit too strong and still it's high level for me. I understood some parts, but obviously the analysis is too deep, and maybe it's suitable once I reach, or once we reach 2450, 2500. But it's very good read, and we'll understand some parts, but I don't think it's fully understandable at this level. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and also the other book which you mentioned yesterday, we just had a very quick call, and you recommended the book by David Navarra. What was the name?
Secret ingredients of playing chess.
Yes, so I have that book, and it was just like I had kept it on my bookshelf. I got it today again, like to just see, and it's a very beautiful read. Honestly, it's a very underrated book. I'll recommend that
Yeah,
as well for middle
100%.
game.
So especially you can start with last chapter. So I think last chapter is about summary. So you can
Okay,
first read the summary and then you can start reading from first
so
chapter.
from
So
okay, so that's
yeah,
what approach we can took. Okay, so that was for mostly the middle game, and moving to the end game. Uh, did you worked on your end games for like getting 2400? What do you think? How important it is for one to work on the end game? And
So
yeah.
yeah. So
And
the
what did you
point
did?
is, back in I think until 2016, my end game was terrible. I mean, I remember I was playing with my friend in some rapid rating tournament, and I had this rook and three pawn versus rook and three pawn, and I gave my all three pawns and I lost basically. So
Look at
at that
it
time I
was
was like
classical
2000.
game.
So what?
It was classical game.
No, no, it was rapid rating, but still, I mean, I just overpressed and then I lost 3 points, but that's not acceptable, yeah, even
Yeah.
for 2000 rated player, but 1900 rated player. But then I think in 2018, until 2018, 2019, my endgame was still terrible with my rating range. Like I was 2300 rated, but whenever I used to get endgame position, I'm like, I used to see 100 ways for my opponent and not for me to win the game.
Mhm.
So that was always a funny thing. Even if I get a better position, then I still like, oh my, how my opponent is winning. So because my endgame was very poor, and then I started. So two books really helped me. So in 2018, I did this 100 endgames you must know.
Yeah,
uh,
very famous.
it's like extremely good book, and probably everyone should do it once they reach 15 1600 rating, because that's a basics of end games. They covered everything, like not extremely basics. If you want to go to extreme basics, then I think I forgot the guy name, but it's like US candidate master written that Silman's endgame course.
Tillman's
Yeah.
complete.
uh, yeah. But 100 NMs you must know helped me, and then did that endgame strategy book twice. Like in two
Yeah,
years, I did
very
it for
very
twice.
important book. Yeah.
Extremely good book about practical end games, right? When you have, let's say, 6 7 pawns on boards and then 3 4 pieces, then how to play. Once queen got exchanged, how you can play, and he he covered 2 3 very important chapters like principle of two weaknesses, I think schematic thinking, and the last chapter is also very beautiful with, like, just after queen exchange how you can continue playing, and his explanation is also very nice. So that book helped me, and that book helped me so well, so I did it again, and I still do it with my students, so I can revise it for myself also, and it
Mhm.
helped them also. Yeah. And then when I finished those two books, then back in 2023, I did Dorowatsky's Pawn and Games, and
Dorotsky's Pawn and Games.
Dorowatsky's Pawn and Games and Dorowatsky's Rook and Games, like from Dorowatsky Endgame Manual, because I feel like still that book is beyond my level. Uh,
Mhm.
Dorowatsky's Endgame Manual, if I want to do it fully, and I feel it's not necessary right now. Right now, I have multiple other weaknesses which I should focus first rather than doing spending a lot of time on that. But yeah, and watching games also helped me recently. Like if you ask me, from 2300 maybe to IM, I watched multiple game. I analyzed lot of end game positions from some random games. uh, Especially one more resource I will suggest is Chessbase magazine. That's very underrated resource, right? You also know that. uh,
Yes.
because you literally you get everything, every alternate month. They publish every alternate month, and then the most I liked is they have this opening ideas collection, and one more collection is analyzed games by top players. So analyzed games by top player help me, and I feel like it will help everyone, because you don't often see thoughts of top players, right? It's very rare to get those. So yeah.
That's yeah, I agree. For me, for the end game, what I did was my coach gave me this advice: don't trick draw in end game. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
very yeah. So against higher rated players or against some low rated players, if you get some equal or some not like slightly bad position, I used to take a draw. So my coach, what he did suggested is that way you will never improve your end game if you take a draw. So he forced me, to just play the game.
Mhm.
So even if it's very equal and my opponent is high rated player, I will not take a draw. I will play. I will keep playing, and that's one way which honestly helped me a lot personally. And all the suggestion which you book recommendation are top notch. That's what I did as well.
Yeah, so yeah, not taking a draw is actually a good suggestion. Even it works in any position, right? Like in middle game, end game. Because I remember I attended Farooq Amanato's camp back in 2017 or 18, and I think he suggested. I'm not 100% sure, but he suggested, let's say if you take 10 draws, and instead of taking 10 draws, if you play 10 games, like instead of taking draws, if you win,
Mhm.
let's say 3 or 4 games against high rated player, and if you lose 6 or 7 games, you will not remember those 7 games, you will only remember these 2 or 3 games, and that will boost your confidence, like
Oh
very
wow,
high
that's
compared
very
to
nice way of
taking
saying. So
draws.
what you mean basically is, let's say you played 10 games, yeah, and instead of taking a draw, you played the games, and let's say you lost 7 games. But the three
Yeah,
games that you won by pressing, by believing in yourself, you will remember
yeah,
those 3 games, and that itself will help you a lot to, play more games in future.
yeah. It just boosts our confidence also, right?
Yeah,
Because first win against high rated player is always a special thing, or any win against high rated player, not just first. So
yeah. Because in an equal position and end game, it's very difficult, right? That's what Magnus is so good at doing. And one
yeah,
thing which
so
is
I think that's a skill which maybe we should now focus on, right? Like if
to
we
get
want
2500,
to
yeah.
get 2500, so because that's I think one of the most difficult thing to do. Just keep playing equal positions, even in middle game, even in end game. So
Yes, very, very important, honestly. And also now, like moving on to the different part from chess, the physical fitness, the mindset, and the nerves. Yeah. These are the three things which are not really talked about, especially the mindset. That has a huge, huge, huge impact on how we are going to play, how we are going to train. So I want to say something. Nikhil has been working a lot on his physical fitness, and every tournament which I go to, he seems to be decreasing his weight and becoming more and more fit. And I always, compliment him this, and he always says that you always compliment this. But I have seen this, Nikhil, that before I am, like before I am, like you started consciously working on the physical fitness. So my question is like, how important was the physical fitness part for as a chess player one should do, and what you did
I feel like I'm not very right person to speak on physical fitness because I'm already in overweight category. But okay, I will say few things. One is maybe walking helped me just to keep things running on because I should. I'm 100% sure that I should work more on physical fitness. But yeah, since last 3 4 years, I never skipped a day where like I missed walking. So since last 3 4 years, I'm just walking at
always
least
okay.
30 to 50 minutes a day. I'm trying whenever I'm playing tournament or anything. So uh, no exceptions for that. And yeah, other than that, as you said, you see me decreasing weight whenever you see me. Yeah, and the reason is not exercise. The reason is I started researching how to wear nice clothes and decent clothes. So that's why you
Improved your style, yeah, you changed your
yeah,
style.
so that's why you were seeing me to
Yeah,
lose
but
weight
like the
after this.
question was like, did you find physical fitness helps you in chess? Because this is one category which often a lot of player ignores. Yeah, because chess in itself is not a physical sport, it's a mental sport. So many players don't really pay attention to the physical aspect.
Yeah, but for me, like I personally think even like physical, mental thing matters most than physical thing. So the top part is obviously your chest strength and how much chess practice you are doing or working right on chess, right?
Yeah,
Actual taking pieces and practicing on chessboard. So that matters a lot, maybe 50 to 60% or maybe more than 60%. And then remaining 30 40% you have other aspects which includes physical fitness and mental fitness. So still I will give mental fitness to let's say 25 30%. And then comes physical fitness because we play chess all day sitting, and I did focus on physical fitness for let's say 3 4 months in some period, like maybe I would say 2023, back even in 2018 or something, 2018 2019 phase. But okay, maybe I will get hate for this, but I didn't find any benefits or any negatives
Okay, that's very
of
different perspective.
yeah, this is completely different perspective, but like of course on chess, I'm not saying about life. So
Mhm.
for life, you will obviously get much more benefits, right? If you work on physical fitness. But for chess, I particularly see if your chess level is too good, then
It doesn't matter, yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
much.
it doesn't matter. So yeah,
Okay. And the
that's
next
my
very
perspective.
important thing, it's very
So no,
important,
no,
the
first,
mindset.
sorry, sorry. What about
Uh,
you? What do you
for
think
me,
about
the
physical?
physical, it helped me a lot. I still believe that this is one thing which is non-negotiable, because
Mhm.
physical fitness doesn't really help you in terms of a chess skills, but it
Yeah,
helps you to sustain the long games, the brutal games where you are playing 4 5 hours. You need to have that stamina to fight. So for me, that aspect mattered a lot. And I
yeah,
still believe, like running a marathon, training for the marathon really helped me to get an IM title, because I was going for an Euro for a 4 5 6 tournaments in a row. And I was very lazy to work on my physics. Gym, like as a chess player, we travel
yeah,
often. So gym, we are not able to do it very continuously. But what I did was I signed up for a marathon, 42-kilometer marathon, like 2 months
yeah.
before going to the Europe. And what it did is I also declared it with my friends that I'm going to run a marathon. And now I have to train. Like 42-kilometer is a huge stuff, and during it's a rainy season, so it becomes harder. So I brought a treadmill for that at home. And I also started training myself, like little by little, like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer. My weight start automatically decreasing. And like the thing was, like when I went all this training, I finished marathon within 6 hours. And when I went to the tournament, I could see the difference. I could like play a lot of long games. My third tournament, usually what happens, right? Like if you play second tournament, third
Yeah,
tournament, you're already, you are mentally, you don't want to do it. But
trained,
in
yeah.
my Yes, in my third tournament, I was not at all feeling tired. My coach messaged me that, like, I told my coach, why am I not feeling tired? My coach, like, after becoming an IM, told me the marathon was one of the main reason you got the IM title. And I,
Actually, we'll do one more podcast, maybe not on Chase channel, but about your marathon journey because it's very special. And I also want to get more insights from you. Like, I think you're not very, like, you are not running since last 7 8 years or something, right? You started maybe couple of years before, or maybe 1 year before.
yeah,
Uh, So it's actually interesting journey that even to see a goal of running 42 kilometers, it's just insane. Yeah. So
yes,
uh,
it was like, I remember like more of my work was getting into, running and this rather than chess. But for me, it's like complete opposite. It helped me tremendously. And
yeah.
one thing which is currently like non-negotiable aspect is working on physics. And the next very important thing is mindset. Yeah, I see you had a not so good mindset around 2200 and you used to complain a lot. So what changed exactly?
Yeah. So mindset definitely helps, and it helped me a lot personally. So I will just go back to 2016 again, 2016, 2017. At that point, so before 2016, I was just playing chess for fun, like just for fun. So it
Mhm.
was decent. I didn't do any special chess training, or I was just solving puzzles because I used to like to solve puzzles. But then 2016, 2017, I played this IFL, December
Mhm.
2016, and then I reached 2100. So that changed my whole perspective about chess. And I thought, okay, let's complete CM title first, because back in 2010, I used to see all these Pune players. I'm not taking any names, but they are like 2200, 2300. So my goal was, okay, I will reach.
Their
At one
level.
point, I want to reach at 22, 2300 at that level. Um, so After 2016, 2017, uh, I started doing chess practice. I reached 20 to 50. I didn't think I got any major mindset issues to reach 20 to 50. But when I did my first time norm, 2019, then I thought, okay, I will do immediately second norm, third norm, and yeah, title is finished, right?
Yeah.
But then that didn't happen. So 2019 came, then COVID came. So 2 years were very bad, terrible for me. I was in okay, I was in not right mood for that 2 years until 2022 because some of my relatives, yeah, there multiple things happened in those 2 or 3 years. I didn't get any chance to play any tournament. I only played one tournament in those 2.5 years. That really like I was not doing chess practice. So I reached 20 to 40 rating. Again, I climbed down to, I lost 100, 120 points. Then I again gained. So from 2023, the point when I reached, so 2023 actually changed my perspective about chess. I thought, okay, now I am going to become IM because I feel like my strength is now 2400, maybe 2430.
Okay, so once
So
your
when I
rating
played,
decreased, your confidence basically increased because you felt you were
yeah,
underrated.
yeah, so I don't know how that happened, but I remember the tournament. It's Abu Dhabi Masters 2023, where I did not score very well. Like I gained only 2 points, but all of my games were very nice. Almost I was beating everyone, like 23, 2400, and that was very important moment for me. Then I played Qatar. Qatar went very well. You remember one or two games, very important games. But yeah, that also boosted my confidence. But then the things actually changed because then I started taking a lot of pressure because I was like always I was reaching 2360. Then because of pressure, I was losing the point.
Yes,
And at some point, I lost all the confidence or belief on myself. But then the things changed. So I started
this is
focusing.
important. Yeah. So what you exactly did like here,
So
because it's very
actually,
common.
yeah, so what went well for me is not thinking much about result, and basically how I did that was I started focusing more on other things. So
Other
that's
things.
not
Okay.
yeah. So let's say chess coaching. I decided, okay, playing chess and becoming IM is one part. I will achieve it
Okay.
maybe 2 years after, 3 years after, or maybe I will not achieve it. It's not like first thing. It's important to understand that you should be happy at any point of life, right? So even becoming FM, then I realized, okay, even I was FM, that's also a good thing, right? Like there are a
Mhm.
lot of people, there are maybe thousands, 10 thousands of people who are struggling to get even 2200. I'm FM, I'm already in top 2% of chess, so it's good going. So even if I don't become IM, then it's fine. And I started playing more freely, and I was like, okay, if I don't become IM, it's fine. Like
It's
who
not
cares
an issue.
basically? So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
one
not a
thing.
big
Once
issue.
you leave, like, don't try not to do something, like not to become I am. That's the
Yeah,
actual way, you know. Like if
if
you're
you try
chasing,
hard to chase one specific thing, so let's say if you think, okay, I want to make hundreds crores of business, then most likely it's going to be very difficult. But if you just do your right things, let's say in chess, if you do just right things, if you continue your chess practice and everything, then most likely you will become. But if you think, okay, now I have to win this 3 games to reach 2400 rating, then maybe it's hard sentence, but you are never going to win those 3 games if you
it
think in that way.
becomes extra
So
pressure for you, right?
it's super difficult to handle the pressure, and in chess, pressure is actually a real thing. Yeah,
Which impacts a lot, right?
yeah, which impacts a lot. I mean, a lot. And I remember, so even Suyog, I remember our stories. There are a lot of days of crying and in maybe I can say some depression. Yeah, just to become when we are getting a IM title, because at one point we both reached at the stage where we know we are better than many of let's say 2400 players, or
Yes.
maybe the better sentence is why we are not reaching 2400 when everything is
Yeah.
right, like our strength was there, we were playing perfect chess, like at 2400 level perfect chess, not like a GM level chess, but we were playing a perfect chess to reach IM title. And but still there were certain things which were pushing back, maybe losing one critical game,
Mhm.
uh, or anything. So basically,
Yeah, mainly it was honestly lot was 50% was pressure we were putting on ourselves.
yeah.
And honestly the result was same for both of us, like what you said, that you just stopped thinking about it, started doing different thing. Even for me was it was same. So when I was 2300 2350, I went to Budapest to play 3 IM norm events. I needed 50 points to get the title, and instead of getting 50 points I decreased 50 points. So that was one of our phase, yeah. And then once I came home I stopped playing chess. I started doing trekking and all of these things. So I went to Kedarkanta, and that was one of the peak period I had. Like I was winning almost all the rapid events. This
Yeah, I remember
Pune.
you won, I think, 4 or 5 tournaments suddenly, right? In those 3, 4 months of span.
Yes, and that was the exact moment when I stopped playing chess. Like, okay, chess doesn't matter to me. I'm going to just enjoy it. So I went to this Kedarkanta trek. I did bungee jumping, river rafting, all of these things which I always wanted to do. And chess, I just played it as a fun, something which I love doing. I used to experiment with different opening, and automatically once I stopped caring, stopped like doing it. The next 6 months, I got the title.
Yeah, so it's very funny actually. You don't, you have to love chess. Like you have to do chess practice. You have to do all things right, but you don't have to take any pressure, and that's actually super difficult skill to acquire. And I feel like these top young players reach to 26, 2700 very easily just because they don't have any pressure, maybe because they are young, uh, or
Yeah,
they have little pressure.
because
So
I think they don't act it as a special thing. Let's say attending and GM,
yeah,
it's not a very special. For us, we got, I remember, FM without us knowing it, right?
yeah.
You
So
like, oh, do you remember in Commonwealth? I think, yeah, I got the FM title, and I didn't even knew. You said, oh, you got the FM title, and I was, oh,
yeah,
good, it's fine.
even the
So,
same when I completed FM title, I think I applied even after 1 or 2 months. It's not like I applied immediately.
oh, you
So
didn't even knew it. Oh, that's, but you
so
didn't cared, yeah. Like I believe,
yeah.
like okay, I got FM, but you didn't treat it as something very special. But I am. It was something in our mind that this is something special, and because of which it took time. And it's kind of same for GM. What do you think personally?
It's I think very same for GM because we know a lot of our friends or maybe a lot of players who who took lot of time to become GM because for them reaching IM was easy, right? But to complete GM title, it took lot of time because of maybe pressure or something. Or we know a lot of players who are struggling to become GM, maybe because of pressure, but they became IM very quickly. So, but as we have discussed on normal calls, that now for us, it's maybe slightly easy to become GM because pressure is not thing, or maybe we know how to
Handle
deal,
it.
yeah, how to handle it properly, right? So most likely we are not going to take any pressure once we reach 2490 or 2495, although it will
Yeah,
take some time.
or at
Yeah,
least we are used to it now. That's important thing. But most
yeah.
important advice I will give guys around who are 2100 2200 range is don't try to become I am. If you want to become I am, don't try to get it. Don't chase it.
Mentally.
Mentally, yes, of course, mentally. Don't try to, like forcefully, I have to become I am. Don't wake up and say, I have to become I am, I have to become I am and start working on it.
Or any
You
title, basically CM, FM, IM, GM, any title. So
Exactly. Uh, Personally, that's one very important thing which we neglect a lot, this mindset thing. And instead of then, because of which I often used to end up under time pressure.
yeah, I
Now,
remember your time pressure stories.
Once and once it doesn't matter, I started playing more freely. Started playing more freely, more calmly. It was completely different me.
Also, one more thing I want to add is it's basically a chess aspect, no, chess aspect, not like mental thing, but it's very important if you are 2020 and 100 watching this podcast. It's very important to understand what is exactly working for you and what is exactly not working for you. So, for example, I play very good chess against 2250 to 2450
Mhm.
range and not like 2100 to 2250. I make a lot of draws against those players, even though they are like 300 point lower rated than me. But I play very well against 23 to 2400 players.
Okay.
So, or maybe some openings, yeah, like you should exactly know which openings are working, which middle game patterns are opening, so working for you. So if your playing style is positional and strategic, and if you choose to play Nador from black side, then maybe that contradicts with each other. So you have to choose opening, middle game, end game decision, and maybe some mental decision based on what exactly working for you, right? So
Yes. Yeah, I agree. This all needs to be optimized because you should know exactly what you are going to target and which is your strong point, and try to work on it. Also, Nikhil, you are a very special person because you didn't had a very good coaching. Yeah, you didn't had a very personal
yeah.
coach or someone personal trainer. I remember you attended group coaching, but you don't have a coach. And I used to suggest to get a coach, but you, for some reason, I don't know why, you used to not have a coach. So my question is, how did you did like without coaching? What was your approach? And do you think like coaching would have helped you like getting the title faster?
100%. So I agree
So
with your
coaching
last
does
sentence.
is very important as a chess coach.
Yeah, if I would have any proper coach, since like then maybe yeah, I would have become. I'm in 2023 or 2022. So at
Wow,
least I would say
three, four
1 or 2
years.
years. Yeah, because coach helps you in almost all the aspects. If you get a good coach, then he helps you to in balancing your mental pressure, in finding a weakness. And the most important thing is whatever you study from chess books, let's say if you study some chapter and if you spend 3 hours, the exact same thing coach can explain within 1 or 1.5 hour. So basically, that's what my thinking is. But okay, without coaching, I did, and obviously, if someone don't want to get a coach or if they have some financial issues or any issues, time issues
Yeah.
maybe, then it's completely possible, I would say. But one thing which you have to develop is after every game, just whenever you are playing against high rated or low rated player, just ask them what are their thoughts,
Analyze the
what's the
game
best way,
basically.
analyze with them. Apart from analyze, let's say if you play against FM, IM, GM, then ask them how I can become FM, how I can become IM, what books I should do, even what max they will say, I don't have time, we'll chat later or something. But that's fine. You can't expect a good answer from everyone. But yeah, maybe you will find at least 3 out of 10 people who are very good and they want to help you to become title player. And that helped me a lot. I really got very great suggestions from my friends, my colleagues. Okay, one more thing: if you don't have coach, at least you should have very good 3, 4, 5 friends, chess friends, who can
Hmm.
help you in every aspect of the game. Listen to them. That's also one more thing. So as I said previously at start of our podcast, everyone was saying not to play Perk, but
Yeah.
I did not listen to that for maybe 3, 4 years. But that was my one of the mistakes. Or maybe some of you guys suggested me to play more open lines. I didn't listen to that. I started playing some random openings. But okay, anyways. So
Yeah.
two things again: either ask your opponents, discuss with them, make some high rated as a friends. Don't ask them too many questions, but you can ask them some questions. Try to get some guidance. Maybe you can take 1 or 2 session as a mentorship. Like you can find any title player and take 1 hour of session, ask them similar to this podcast, ask all of your doubts basically, right? In half an hour, 1 hour session, many of them will help you by taking some fees maybe. That's one good way. Or else you have to be like get some very good friends, 4 or 5 good
Okay.
friends with the same rating,
Who are
and
helping you?
just work with them.
Okay. So getting a coach, it basically saves you the time. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it saves your time definitely. I would say at least 15% of your time. So if it takes 10 years, then you will reach. If you get a coach, then it will take 8.5 years instead of 10 years. So I mean,
Okay,
at
even
least 15-20% of time. So maybe I should say
yes.
months, not years.
Of course, the most important thing is how you are working on your chess as well, right? But it does helps. Even for me personally, I believe like um for me the coach most important part was during tournaments, like the mental support. That's unparalleled because for us as a chess player, parents usually don't really understand what's going on a chess
Yeah,
player's mind. Yeah, friends usually it's possible they do understand, but they don't really relate, right? But for a coach, he knows exactly. So to unwind, you need someone. So
yeah,
even every top players you see, they have a very good coach, very good mental support. And for me, that is one very important thing that helped me personally was this mental support. When I was like again, when I like went to my first tournament, I am now event in like I went to the Europe trip after running a marathon. My first event, I could actually decrease the rating by 3 points. So I was very like sad mentally. I talked with my coach. He gave me some advices. Don't worry that it's a long tournament. Focus on playing good moves and all of this, which we normally do. But hearing from the coach words, it really boosts yourself. It really
yeah.
helps you a lot. Yeah, because like is someone we respect a lot, and we ideally the coach should be someone who is bit higher rated than you. So that's my
Yeah.
like suggestion. And it personally had a huge impact. I forgot my first tournament, and in next two tournaments I got the title.
Okay, but one more thing is nowadays the problem with coaching is it's hard to find a coach. Like
Yeah.
those who are watching, especially we are targeting this to 2000 1,500 players. For them, they either have to find some 23, 2400 or maybe GM, and it's very hard to find a good coach or even a coach. So
Yeah, that's another thing. Also, you can have someone who is like supporter of you. For me, my coach Vishal Gujarati sir and Gujarati sir, if you look at the rating, the rating is 1800, and Gujarati sir is underrated. But the impact they had on me is unparalleled. I remember before, like again going to this Budapest event, I went to them and like told them like this is this issue, I'm not improving, what should I do? And their suggestion that I remember like I went at 4 and I came back around 9, and I just unwinded with them, and it really helped me a lot personally. Vishal sir's advice, especially regarding the what he told, main thing was just focus on improving the game. So imagine if out of nowhere Alekine is like Alekine is born,
yeah.
and he's like present in today's world. What do you think his rating would be like without like any theory, anything?
No,
And
I
we can.
actually saw that article, chess.com article. So they published all the science backed data or something, and they
Mhm.
said Alekhine, let's say, started playing now, then he would be probably, I forgot his rating, but I remember Stenny's rating is something 2300 or yeah, 2350.
Okay.
So
And what about Alekines? Because
maybe
his mental,
200.
his best strength is so strong. I think he would be GM very easily.
Yeah, yeah. So 2550, 2600 at least.
Yeah, because his base strength, and that was the main point. Like, try to improve your base strength, the calculation, the this, and if you manage to improve that, you will be very confident. And that's what I started focusing on. Because if your level is to become GM, you will become GM. But if you try to become GM and your level is not there, it will not happen. No
Yeah,
matter
so
how good.
basically just just enjoy the game and take it. I always suggest for most of the chess players take it as a hobby. Like you have to work very seriously, but consider it as a hobby. I mean, if you start taking pressure, and if you just think all day about getting title, then most likely it will become very difficult to achieve.
So just take it as a hobby, enjoy the game most
Yeah.
importantly. And chess wise, we already discussed what we did, right? Apart from this, do you want to add anything extra, anything more personally that really help you a lot, or any advices that had, or any routine um, which you did? Because I
So
remember your routine is very solid during tournament. You usually don't prepare that much. You enjoy, and also you are
yeah,
a very good
so
businessman. You are a very good writer. So you also focus on this during the event. So yeah.
as I said, you have to really understand what is working for you. Like for some players, preparing for maybe 3 or 4 years works best.
Mm-hmm,
We know some players like 2400, 2500 who prepares for 7 or 8 years, 7 or 8 hours before the round, uh,
mm-hmm,
and that works. But we also know some players who don't work that much, right? Let's say for me, like I work maybe 1 or 1.5 hour max before the round, and sometimes half an hour. It still work. So you have to understand what is exactly working for you and in what state you are going to the round, because that's the most important thing.
okay,
So
what state you are going to the round? Can you?
like your mindset basically,
Okay.
at what mindset you are going to the round, right? So because let's say if you think, okay, I'm going to lose the game, and if you go to the round, then already you are like 50% low on confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I remember I played against Lee Kwang Lim, very strong 2700
2700.
grandmaster in Abu
Mm-hmm.
Dhabi in Abu Dhabi tournament. I got paired in second round, and I was like, oh, I'm going to lose against this guy, right? Because he is very strong player. And I lost in 25 minutes. So, but okay, if I prepared well before the round, if I thought I can not maybe defeat. Still, I'm not very confident, but okay, maybe I think I can defeat 2700, and why not, right?
Yeah.
Then probably it would have ended in maybe 40 moves, 50 moves, maybe in a draw. Who knows?
Who
So
knows?
at
Yeah.
least some better chances, right? So,
Yeah.
so yeah, just think, like, just figure out what exactly working and go with a very right mood or right mindset in during the round in the round. So maybe you can eat whatever you want, maybe you can do whatever things you want to do before the round just to make you happy. So
Okay. And yes, I wanted to ask one more question, but I just forgot about it. But yes, during the Budapest event, right? You're talking this about during Abu Dhabi, sorry.
yeah, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. And just one more last thing was this. I see there are a lot of players who are struggling around 2100, 2150, 2200, 2250, this range, and this seems to go up and forth. Did you
Hmm.
did anything here, like in this very specific group, to grow? And what would be your advice for this group, because I see a lot of players are in these lines, yeah, along this rating.
In 2000 to 21, 20,
Yeah,
2200.
this
Yeah.
rating.
Yeah, so I feel like okay, I had a couple of students in that range, and
Hmm.
I worked with them. So every individual had some different issues in, especially in that rating, because if you are 1500, 1400, then you have like okay, if take this circle as a learning, right? So you have to learn entire circle by
Hmm.
learning some dots. Then obviously if you are 1300, then you have maybe learned just, you have finished 1% of the circle or maybe 5% of the circle. But once
Yeah.
you reach 2100, you already know everything about chess, basic tactics, basic calculation, basics of openings, and you have already completed maybe 95% of that circle, because you are already in top 5% of chess people. Once you
Yeah.
reach 2100, maybe top 10% of, so you already completed 90%. So remaining 10%, if you want to become IM, you have to be in top 1%. So from top 10% going, like from top 10% to reach top 1%, it's obviously going to be very difficult, because it's not like you can't learn anything and you become IM or GM, right? Because so
Mhm.
like if we want to become GM, we have to do specific things, and
Very
not like
specific
doing some
thing, yeah.
basic tactics. If we just solve some chess.com tactics for 3 hours, maybe it's not going to help us in any way.
Yeah.
But let's
Mm.
say a 1500 player, he starts doing or solving 2 hours of tactics, he will reach 2000 within 1 or 2 years, just by solving tactics and understanding those positions, because it's
Mhm.
about pattern. But we already know all the patterns. So for 2100, I believe it's more like, again, understanding your weaknesses and working on those weaknesses. But in general, uh, I will suggest just to fix your openings first. Like as I said, if you're depends on your play, choose your openings. So fix your openings, play 1 or 2 openings at max. Don't play tens of openings, and because it's just waste of preparation, right? You don't have that much time. Again, note down your time, and the most important thing is consistency. So you have to work each day without skipping any day. Maybe take half an hour, but you have to work half an hour each day for long term, right? 6 months,
Mhm.
10 months, maybe 2 years, 3 years. So if you have more time, you can spend 2 hours a day. If you have
Yeah.
very good time, then maybe 5 hours a day. But at least spend some time without skipping any day. So that works. And yeah, mostly solving high level of calculation will help you to reach 2300. Especially Agard's book is good, and the suppose series is, I think, mix of chapters. So Agard's book I will prefer more than the
Mhm.
suppose series if your rating is 2100. Maybe that will be difficult. If you are a 22, 22 50, then perfect your chase is better way to do.
Do
Uh, yeah, and also Endgame strategy book
these
is
three,
really
yeah. These
helpful.
are the critical books.
Yeah, endgame strategy is bit boring for many players. I know, because I suggest that to my students, especially for some young player like 12 years, 14 years. It's very boring to understand those end games, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
even for me, like same thing. Like usually the students they won't work on their own, so we have to take that. Yeah, because endgame itself they don't like the
yeah,
students.
and if you are, let's say, 18 or 20 or 22, 25, or adult 30, 40, then make sure what is exactly so list down all the likings, like what you like to work on chess and what are the weaknesses, and you will find what that circle is there. So this is liking, and these are the things
Yeah,
which
yeah.
will help you to
When
improve,
it's something we
and
call
the
Venn
interest you will
diagram. Yeah,
find.
Venn diagram.
Yeah, Venn diagram. So you will find some points which you like also, and you want to improve also. So work on those first.
Okay,
So
so that's it. Yeah, same for me. I'll just give you don't chase the titles. Don't, that's one very important thing. And keep on working on chess daily. Don't get dismotivated. And also apart from chess, try to have life outside chess. Try to include in
yeah,
physical sport.
100%. That's
Yeah,
extremely good points, Yoga. You can continue on that, actually.
yeah. Have life outside chess. You can do anything. If you love to write, you can write. Or if you love to, I don't know, anything which is outside chess. Play
Literally
badminton.
anything. Learn guitar, maybe go for a walk, go for a run on daily basis, learn coding, whatever you want to do. I mean, literally anything.
Yes.
So
And also another thing which I can suggest is you can also start doing coaching, like let's say you're 20 to 2300, because honestly it will increase your confidence that you can earn money. Then you will tend to play more freely as a chess player. Yeah, because like the coaching is expensive as a chess, yeah, in a chess. So even that might be an approach, but personally for me and both Nikhil, doing something apart from chess really helped. So that's one thing, and don't take a lot of pressure. That's the advice. It will happen because like usually what will happen is it will boil. The result will not come and it will suddenly explode. Like I remember Nikhil, like he got the title, like he increased 70 points, right?
yeah, 70
Yeah,
points
so he
in
was
those
struggling for like 3 4 years
20,
to get this
20
point.
goes.
he was going upside and down, and then suddenly out of nowhere he went to Budapest. Before the Budapest we had a call that he's going to play it as a fun, he don't really care. And then like after two tournaments I'm receiving the news that he's like completed almost the title. Yeah, he increased the 70 points. uh, and the result
Yeah, I
exploded.
think
Yeah,
same
if
happened
you
with you, right? Like
Yes, exactly. Like
you
I
get
went as a
from
fun,
different
like as just as a journey, as as a vacation, like. So one of my student I went with, Baban Dola sir, a student Arush, and I took him, and I was helping him with the event, and also for I played as a vacation, and then out of nowhere like I improved. The first tournament didn't went good, but next two tournaments I like it exploded. I was not expecting it, and like I increased 70, 80 points in these two events. I had a plan of, as I said, right, six events, but I returned home just playing three events because emotionally it was so overwhelming.
Yeah. Also, it's important to not just enjoy the process of chess, but let's say if you're traveling, that's one thing which I didn't do very well until 2023. Thanks to Suyog, he explained me the benefits of traveling and enjoying the perspective of travel. So, fortunately, in chess tournament you will get a lot of opportunity to travel to at least in India in a lot of states, maybe in abroad if you're 2200 then most likely you're going to play some tournaments in Middle East or Europe or anywhere. You will get to visit new countries, new states, new cities. Just enjoy that moment also, right? So once
Yeah,
tournament is over or before the tournament, just don't think about tournament on that particular 1 or 2 days. Spend
yeah,
on travel,
yeah.
eat good
Yes,
food,
take it as an
while
approach. You're not just going for a tournament, but also for a travel. So even if the tournament doesn't go well, you have the travel aspect. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So just
So
enjoy the process, and it's like if you become, it's okay. If you not become, then also it's fine. So
yeah,
uh,
yes. So yeah, on that note, Nikhil, we will stop. Thank you so much for your wisdom. Especially the book recommendation is huge, and everything that you said was, yeah, like, and it was very nice to go back on our journey, right?
yeah, 100%. And thanks you for inviting. It was like just decided, right? Like I just got call from Suyog at 1.5 hour before, and
Yeah.
we were planning to do around 20-30 minutes interview, but now it's already 70 minutes almost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is
yeah,
completely unscripted, guys, and we just spoke our mind here to
yeah,
help
even
you
if
guys
we don't have any
because
notes
we
or
both
nothing.
were like, if you know, like in Indian chess, we both were the ones who were struggling a lot to get the title. We everyone knew our strength is there, but we both were struggling a lot, and therefore I really wanted to do it, and we really spoke our heart. So hope this helps you, uh, especially this
Hopefully, within couple of years, title will change. The I will replace with G.
with GM. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal for
Yeah.
now. Uh, yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
thanks.